Let's talk about macronutrients or counting your macros. It's so popular in the fitness and the dieting world, and there's a lot of validity to it. And I'm going to break down what macros are, what I think is missing in diet culture when we're counting our macros, and what we can be doing about it. I'm Dan Lemoyne, lead nutritionist and co-founder at Revitalize Weight Loss and Wellness. We are best-selling authors. We've got a line of high-quality, targeted organ support, wellness support, and weight loss and metabolic health support supplements. And we also do one-to-one coaching. So what are macros and what does counting macros mean? So macros are simply this. Of the calories that you're taking in a day, how many are coming from protein, how many are coming from fat, and how many are coming from carbs? And carbs and proteins have roughly 4 calories per gram, and fats are a little bit more calorically dense, and that's 9 calories per gram. And so when you're counting your macros, typically that looks like saying, I have a certain calorie target that I don't want to go above, or I do want to go above if I'm trying to gain weight. Some people are. And I need to make sure of those, let's say 2,000 calories, a certain percentage are coming from each one of those 3 macronutrient categories. And that's a very effective way to achieve certain health outcomes, particularly losing body fat or achieving strength goals and such. At bare bones, and there's a ton of great resources out there on this, at the bare bones, the number one, I think, macronutrient that we should be prioritizing is protein. I know for myself that I typically undereat protein on a day-to-day basis if I'm not keeping an eye on it. And so counting your macros, even if it's not going to be a forever lifestyle change, is really helpful several times a year, maybe once for 2 or 3 weeks during a year, just to recalibrate to make sure you're getting the right amount of macronutrients and to learn about your body. Many of our members, as they progress through our anti-inflammatory weight loss program, they then enter in a reintroduction stage where we do ask them to start playing around with their macronutrients. It's something we didn't talk about during that first phase, but then we do talk about to see, does your body do better with higher carbs and lower fat, keeping protein high? Or are you better with lower fat and higher carbs? So for me, I can do more higher carbs and I do better with lower fat. My body wants to stay more stable. I have less gut issues and my weight stays stable. And that's important to me. And so those macronutrients are really helpful. Unfortunately, I personally know a lot of folks who have achieved insane weight loss goals with macro counting, but then they find, because of blood work or other symptoms that they're seeing, that they were completely deficient in certain micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that your body can't necessarily produce itself. And so while you might be able to hit your macro targets eating chips and cottage cheese and yogurt and rice cakes, you might not be getting all of the things that you need and your body needs to live optimally. So we're just talking about body recomposition. Yes, calories matter. Yes, how much protein you're eating matters, and that breakdown of macronutrients. But I think the thing that's often missed is micronutrients. And that's when we start to talk about long-term wellness and metabolic health. And so things like electrolytes and different vitamins that your body might need. And that's where we talk about, of those macronutrients, how are you getting those? You can hit your macros eating processed food. I've seen it. I've done it. I hit my protein goal. I've hit my carb goal, but I was eating bars. I was having shakes throughout the day, and I wasn't getting real food. I wasn't getting fiber. I wasn't getting these things my body needed. And then I find out that I'm deficient in certain things when I get my annual blood work. Well, yeah, no duh. Because while I was hitting my macro targets, I was completely neglecting the vitamins and minerals that my body needed. So the way to balance these two things is, yes, within your macro targets, if you are counting macros, make sure that you're trying to hit those with mostly whole foods. One of the best ways to get the vitamins, the minerals, the phytonutrients, the electrolytes that your body needs is through whole foods, and then supplement from there. No supplement, and we sell supplements, no supplement is going to help you lose fat, build muscle, solve your gut health, optimize your hormones, but the right ones certainly can help, but they're a help. They are a supplement, not the full solution. And the way to make sure that you're still getting the micronutrients and not neglecting those micronutrients while you're counting macros is through whole foods, in my opinion. We actually published a blog post on this called Macronutrients versus Micronutrients, exploring the difference. If you'd like more information, we'll post it at the link below.